Hey everyone, welcome back to English Podcast for You, your cozy little corner of the internet where we practice real, natural English through actual everyday conversations. I'm Tom.
And I'm Lily. Thank you so much for joining us today, wherever you are in the world. Whether you're walking the dog, doing the dishes, commuting to work, or just relaxing with a hot cup of tea.
Yeah, seriously, thank you. Every single time you listen, you're training your brain to get comfortable with real English phrasing, natural rhythm, and everyday vocabulary. So never underestimate the power of just listening.
Absolutely. And don't forget to let us know in the comments where you're tuning in from today. We always love reading your messages. Now, Tom, before we dive into today's topic, why do you look like you haven't slept in 3 days?
Lily, you have no idea. Last night, I experienced a very specific kind of modern human nightmare.
Uh-oh. What happened? Did your coffee machine break?
Worse, way worse. I had an urgent deadline. It was 11 p.m. and suddenly, my internet cut out, completely dead.
Oh no, the dread of the terrifying red light on the router.
Yes, that angry red light of doom. So, of course, I spent 45 minutes on the phone with tech support trying to explain to a customer service rep why my computer was acting like it was built in 1995.
Oh, the classic tech support call. That is literally what we're talking about today on the podcast. Tech help desk frustrations. How to explain software crashes, slow internet, and computer troubles without losing your mind.
I am so glad we're talking about this because honestly, tech support calls test your patience like nothing else in this life.
It's funny, isn't it? When technology works, it feels like magic. You click a button and boom, you're talking to someone across the world, watching a movie or finishing work. But when it fails...
You feel completely helpless. Like yesterday, I was trying to upload a file. Simple task, right? But my screen just froze. The little mouse cursor kept turning into that spinning wheel of death.
That spinning wheel test is real emotional damage. But wait, Tom, what did you actually say when you called the tech support rep? Did you stay calm or did you get emotional?
Well, I tried to be professional at first. I said, "Hi, my connection is extremely unstable." But within 5 minutes, I was basically begging, "Please, sir, I just need to send one email."
We've all been there. It's like we forget all our polite vocabulary when tech breaks. But you know what word is super useful here for English learners when things start acting crazy? Glitch.
Ah, yes, a glitch. That's our first big target word today.
Exactly. A glitch is a temporary, unexpected problem or fault in an equipment, program, or machine. It's not totally destroyed, it just had a quick little system error.
Like when your app suddenly closes by itself or the screen flickers. You can say, "Sorry, my screen had a slight glitch."
Or, there was a glitch in the system, so my payment didn't go through. It's such a natural word to use when dealing with customer service.
Right, because if you tell tech support, "My computer is completely ruined," they might panic or tell you to buy a new one. But if you say, "I think there's a software glitch," it sounds much more precise and calm.
Okay, but Tom, let me guess what the customer service rep asked you first on the phone.
Oh, go ahead. Take a wild guess.
Sir, have you tried turning it off and turning it back on again?
Exactly. Every single time. Why is that always step number one?
Because half the time it actually works. And in tech terms, we have a very specific word for doing that. We call it a reboot.
A reboot, yes. To reboot means to restart a computer or device so that its system can refresh.
Right. You can use it as a verb, I need to reboot my router, or as a noun, give your phone a quick reboot.
But you know what's annoying, Lily? When you tell the rep, "Yes, I already rebooted it 3 times," and they still say, "Okay, let's do it a 4th time together."
They have a checklist, Tom. They have to follow the rules. But seriously, why does a reboot fix things? Is it just magic?
Well, from what I understand, when your laptop or phone runs for days without stopping, it holds onto temporary files and memory clutter. When you reboot it, it clears out all the junk and starts fresh.
Honestly, sometimes I feel like I need a reboot. Like after a long week of work, my brain needs to shut down for 10 minutes and turn back on.
That is so true. Humans need a reboot just as much as laptops do. Sorry, I can't answer your text right now. I'm currently rebooting my brain.
That's going to be my new excuse whenever I forget my keys. But okay, back to your late night disaster. Was it just that the Wi-Fi completely disconnected, or was it just super slow?
Oh, at first it didn't disconnect. It was doing something worse. It was lagging.
Ooh, lagging. That is a huge word, especially nowadays, with video calls, online gaming, and streaming.
Absolutely. When something is lagging, it means there is a delay between an action and the response. It moves slowly or stutters.
Like on a Zoom call, when someone's voice comes through 3 seconds after their mouth moves, you're sitting there like, wait, are you hearing me now?
Yes, or when you're watching a movie and the dialogue doesn't match the lips. You say, "My video is lagging really badly."
You know what's embarrassing? When you're in an important video interview or meeting and your screen starts lagging so your face gets frozen in the weirdest expression imaginable.
Oh, with one eye half open and your mouth wide open, and you have no idea you look like that while trying to sound very professional.
Exactly. And then the person on the other side says, Lily, you're lagging. Your audio's cutting out. It's so awkward.
In English, you can say, "The video is lagging," "My connection is lagging," or even simply, "There's a lot of lag on this call."
So, glitch is a system error, a reboot is restarting the system, and lagging is moving with a slow delay. They all sound so natural when you use them together.
So while I was on the phone with tech support trying to figure out why my connection was lagging, the rep asked me a question that kind of took me by surprise.
What did he ask?
He said, "Sir, how many devices are currently using your bandwidth?"
Ah, bandwidth. That's our fourth key term today.
Exactly. And to be honest, for a second I paused. I knew the word, but explaining my household setup in that moment was funny.
Let's break down bandwidth simply for everyone listening. Technically, bandwidth refers to the maximum amount of data that can travel over an internet connection at one time.
Think of it like a highway. If the highway has 4 lanes, 4 cars can drive smoothly. But if 20 cars try to drive down a narrow single-lane road at the same time, traffic jams happen.
That is such a clear picture, Tom. So if your family members are all using the internet at once, someone streaming a movie in HD, someone downloading a heavy file, someone playing online games, your bandwidth gets crowded.
Precisely. And when I looked around my apartment last night, I realized my tablet was updating software, my smart TV was running in the background, my phone was backing up photos, and my laptop was trying to upload work.
So, Tom, you were eating up all your own bandwidth. No wonder it was lagging.
I know. I was my own worst enemy. The rep kindly pointed out, "Sir, if you disconnect a few devices, your bandwidth will free up."
You know what I love about the word bandwidth, though? People use it metaphorically in daily conversation all the time now.
Oh, totally. How do you use it outside of tech, Lily?
Casual. People say it when talking about their mental energy or time. For example, if a friend asks me, "Hey, can you help me organize this huge event next week?" I might say, "I'd love to, but honestly, I don't have the mental bandwidth for it right now."
Yes, "I don't have the bandwidth" means I don't have the space, time, or mental capacity to take on any more stress. That's such a great phrase for intermediate English learners to sound super fluent. But wait, what if it wasn't your router or your bandwidth? What if the problem wasn't on your end at all? That brings us to the final nightmare scenario, when the server is down.
Oof, that is the ultimate phrase of helplessness. Server down.
A server is a central computer system that stores information and provides services to other computers. So when a company's server is down, it means their entire system has stopped working.
Exactly. And no matter how many times you reboot your machine, no matter how much bandwidth you have, you can't fix it because the issue is on their end, not yours.
You just have to sit back, cross your arms, and wait for their engineers to fix it.
Remember last year when that major social media platform went offline for like 6 hours?
Yes, everyone thought their own Wi-Fi was broken. People were turning off their phones, pulling out router cables.
And then everybody went on to other websites asking, is the server down for everyone or just me?
Truly showed how dependent we all are on these systems. When a main server goes down, half the world stops working for a bit.
You know, since we're teaching our listeners how to handle these real situations in English, why don't we do a quick role play?
Oh, I love role plays. Let's do it. What's the scene?
Okay, I will be a polite but slightly confused customer calling tech support, and you be the tech support representative. Let's try to naturally use today's words. Glitch, lagging, reboot.
Perfect. Ring, ring. Ring, ring. Thank you for calling Apex Internet Help Desk. My name is Tom. How can I assist you today?
Hi, Tom. Oh, thank goodness. I'm having a major issue. My home internet is extremely slow today. Every time I try to join a work call, my video starts lagging and then cuts out entirely.
I'm sorry to hear that. Don't worry, we can figure this out. Have you noticed if this is a temporary glitch or has it been happening all morning?
It started about an hour ago. I tried to refresh my browser, thinking it was just a small system glitch, but it hasn't stopped.
I see. First, let's try a fresh start. Could you please unplug your router and give it a full reboot?
Yes. I actually already performed a reboot twice before calling, but the light is still blinking orange.
Got it. Let me check your connection line from my end. Okay, it seems your signal is active. Is anyone else in your house using high bandwidth activities right now, like streaming videos or downloading large files?
Oh, well, my roommate is downloading a massive video game update in the other room. Could that be hogging all the bandwidth?
That could definitely be causing the lagging. However, let me double check our regional status map. Ah, wait a second. It looks like our central neighborhood server is down for routine maintenance as well.
Oh, so it's not just my house? The main server is down?
Yes, ma'am. Our team is working on it, and full service should return within 30 minutes.
Bravo! That was such a smooth demonstration.
Thanks. How did that feel? You see how natural those tech words sound when put into a real conversation context?
It really does. But Tom, can we talk for a minute about the emotional side of tech problems? Because honestly, when things don't work, it's so easy to lose your temper.
Oh, absolutely. Technology frustration is real anger. You're trying your best, you have deadlines, and an inanimate object isn't responding.
And especially for non-native English speakers, if your computer breaks and you have to explain the issue in a second language, that is double the stress.
That is such a great point, Lily. So what advice do we have for our learners when they have to make a tech help desk call in English?
First, take a deep breath. Tech support reps deal with angry people all day long. If you stay calm and use simple phrases like, "I'm experiencing a glitch," or "my connection is lagging," they will appreciate you so much more and try harder to help you.
Especially if you are a non-native English speaker. If your computer breaks and you have to explain the issue in a second language, that is double the stress. Second, don't worry about using super technical jargon. You don't need to know complicated engineering terms. Everyday words like reboot, slow, frozen, and bandwidth are more than enough to explain 99% of tech issues.
Exactly. Language is about connection, not perfection. If they understand what you need, you've succeeded. And speaking of dealing with tech stress, do you remember that time you bought that smart home device that was supposed to make your life easier?
Don't remind me. The smart speaker that ended up ordering 50 boxes of paper towels by accident because it misheard my TV?
Yes, That absolute nightmare. You came into the office looking completely defeated, surrounded by mountains of cardboard boxes.
Oh man, the paper towel incident. I had totally blocked that out of my memory. I came home and my entire hallway was literally blocked with boxes.
You were trying to say, "Hey Alexa, play Power Pop tunes," and somehow it translated to order 50 rolls of paper towels immediately.
Exactly. Talk about a massive system glitch. And the worst part was trying to cancel the order on their website while my app was continuously lagging. Every time I clicked cancel order, the page just froze.
Oh no! So while the computer was lagging, the system kept processing the order in the background.
Yes, by the time I finally decided to reboot my phone and open the website again, the status said shipped. I was standing there in my living room looking at my phone, completely helpless.
Oh, that is so painful. But you know what's funny? That's another great example of tech making simple things unexpectedly complicated. We buy these gadgets to save time, but when there's a small network failure or a server down situation, we end up spending hours trying to fix it.
Right? Like back in the day, if you wanted paper towels, you walked to the store, bought them, and walked home. Zero bandwidth required. No software updates, no passwords, no login errors.
And definitely no automatic deliveries of 50 boxes. But wait, Tom, did you have to call customer service for that one too?
Yes, I did. And that call was even more ridiculous than my internet call last night.
Really? Why? What happened on that call?
Picture this. I'm on the phone with a customer service representative trying to explain that a smart speaker ordered paper towels by itself because of a voice recognition glitch.
The poor support agent. What did they say?
There was this long, awkward pause on the line. I could literally hear the representative holding back a laugh. And then he said very professionally, "Sir, have you tried muting the microphone on your device?"
That is gold. The tech version of, have you tried turning it off and on again?
Right. It always comes back to the simplest solution. But it really taught me a lesson about how much we rely on connected devices without understanding how easily they can get disrupted.
That's so true. And for anyone listening who is learning English, think about how many great everyday expressions and idioms come out of these silly tech experiences.
Oh, absolutely. Like when we say someone is on the same wavelength, or when we say we need to disconnect over the weekend.
Yes, or even to be out of the loop. When a server is down or a system drops your call, you're literally disconnected. But in everyday life, if your friends are talking about a popular movie you haven't seen, you can say, "Sorry, I'm out of the loop on this one."
I love that. Tech vocabulary has completely spilled over into real-life human conversation. Like earlier when you said you didn't have the mental bandwidth for extra work.
Exactly. It's such a soft, polite way to set boundaries. If your boss asks you to take on a massive new project late on a Friday afternoon, instead of panicking, you can say, "I'd love to help with this, but my bandwidth is completely full until Monday."
That sounds so professional, clear, and confident. It's much better than just saying, "I'm too tired" or "I'm too busy."
Right. It shifts the focus from your personal feelings to your capacity. Just like an internet line can only handle so much data at once, a person can only handle so many tasks before their system starts lagging.
Speaking of lagging, do you remember when we tried to record our very first podcast episode remotely during the pandemic?
Oh gosh, don't bring up episode 1. That was an absolute disaster.
It was incredible. We were using a free video calling app, and our home Wi-Fi connections were fighting each other the entire time.
Every 5 seconds, one of us would freeze. You were trying to explain a really deep emotional point about learning languages, and suddenly your voice turned into a robot.
Learning English is about connection.
Yes, you sounded like a microwave trying to speak English, and every time I tried to reply, my audio was lagging by at least 10 seconds.
We spent 2 hours trying to record a 10-minute intro. We kept saying, "Wait, can you hear me now? Is your screen freezing? Did the server go down?"
We must have hit the reboot button on our laptops at least 6 times that afternoon. I remember sitting at my desk, looking at my router, and genuinely wanting to throw it out the window.
But look at us now. We've learned how to troubleshoot. We know how to manage our bandwidth. And most importantly, we can laugh about all those annoying technical glitches.
And that's really the secret, isn't it? Tech problems are going to happen. Software will crash, screens will freeze, internet speeds will drop, and customer service hold music will test your sanity.
But if you have the vocabulary to explain what's happening, whether you're telling a tech rep that your connection is lagging or explaining to a coworker that a system glitch deleted your file, you suddenly feel way more in control.
Speaking of being in control, Tom, what did you actually do last night after you finished that phone call with tech support? Did your internet finally come back on?
Well, the rep checked the main system and realized there was a local maintenance update going on, so he told me the server was down for another hour.
Oh no. So what did you do about your urgent 11 p.m. deadline?
I did something crazy, Lily. Something we almost never do anymore.
What? What did you do?
I closed my laptop, put my phone in another room, opened a physical paper notebook, and wrote my notes by hand with an actual pen.
A paper notebook? An actual pen? Tom, are you okay? Did you travel back in time to the 1800s?
No, it felt so strange at first. But honestly, it was the best thing that could have happened. Without notifications popping up, without open browser tabs distracting me, without video streams taking up my mental bandwidth, my brain just calmed down.
That sounds amazingly peaceful. It's like the universe forced you to take an offline reboot.
That's exactly what it was. A forced human reboot. I finished my work on paper in 20 minutes, drank a cup of warm chamomile tea, and slept better than I have in weeks.
So, in a weird, twisted way, that internet glitch was actually a blessing in disguise.
Don't tell the internet company that. They might start charging me for accidental relaxation services.
Imagine that on your monthly bill. $10 extra for forced peace and quiet due to server maintenance.
Don't give them any ideas. But seriously, it made me realize how much constant noise we live with every single day. We're always connected, always updating, always checking if our devices are working properly.
It really makes you wonder, how often do we mistake technical efficiency for actual productivity? Just because your internet is fast and your bandwidth is huge doesn't mean you're actually getting meaningful things done.
Yes, that is such a deep point, Lily. Sometimes high speed just means we make mistakes faster or get overwhelmed quicker. When your computer is lagging, maybe it's a sign that you need to slow down too.
You know, I actually read a study recently about digital fatigue. It said that when people experience frequent computer glitches or slow load times, their heart rates spike almost immediately to the same level as someone facing a real-life threat.
Wow, really? So our bodies literally react to a spinning loading wheel as if a wild animal is chasing us?
Exactly. Our brains don't naturally distinguish between physical danger and modern frustration. When the screen freezes right before you hit save, your brain triggers a full stress response.
That explains why I felt like running a marathon last night when my screen froze. My body was preparing to fight my router.
Man versus Wi-Fi router, the ultimate battle.
Chuckles. I'd place my money on the router every single time. Those little black boxes with lights have way too much power over our daily lives.
But that's why taking control of your language matters so much. When you can express your frustration clearly in English, when you can describe the problem without feeling lost for words, you suddenly feel way more in control.
Absolutely. So for everyone listening right now, next time your phone acts up, or your video call starts lagging, or your app encounters a weird glitch, don't panic.
Just take a deep breath. Use your target vocabulary and remember that even the most complex supercomputers in the world need a reboot every now and then.
Speaking of which, Lily, didn't you say your laptop was acting a little strange right before we started recording today's podcast?
Oh gosh, don't remind me. Yes, my fan started making this super loud whirring sound like a helicopter taking off right next to my desk.
A helicopter? Did you check if there was a bird caught in there?
No birds, thankfully, but I checked my activity monitor, and some background application was using up 99% of my CPU processing power.
Ah, a classic rogue background process, hiding in the background, stealing all your system resources silently.
Exactly. It was just quietly hogging everything while I was trying to open our script. So I had to force quit the app, do a full system reboot, and cross my fingers that the whole laptop wouldn't crash during our episode.
So is it running smoothly now? No sudden heat waves coming off your desk?
So far, so good. Touch wood. The fan is quiet, the screen isn't lagging, and our recording software hasn't shown a single glitch.
Thank goodness for that. Because if your server went down while we were in the middle of talking about server crashes, the irony would have been way too much to handle.
Oh, absolute peak irony. The universe has a very funny sense of humor when it comes to things like that. If my system had crashed right then, our listeners would have thought we planned it as a dramatic special effect.
Laughing. And for our next trick, we will demonstrate a complete network breakdown in real time.
Right? But Tom, all of this talk about tech issues makes me think about how much customer service jobs have changed over the years. Can you imagine dealing with hundreds of stressed out callers every single day, all saying the exact same thing?
Oh man, I honestly have so much respect for people who work at tech help desks. They must hear, "My internet is lagging," or "I think there's a glitch," in their sleep.
Truly, and most of the time, the person calling is already frustrated, stressed, and running behind schedule. So the representative isn't just fixing a computer, they're basically acting as an emotional buffer for someone having a bad day.
That is so true. A good customer service rep is half tech expert, half therapist.
Exactly. That's why whenever I have to call support, I make a conscious choice to be as friendly and patient as possible. A simple, "Hi, how is your day going?" before throwing all your tech problems at them can completely change the energy of the phone call.
That's such a great tip for English learners, too. Courtesy phrases go a long way in real-world conversations. Expressions like, "I appreciate your help with this," or "Take your time, no rush," can instantly build rapport with whoever's helping you.
Yes, it turns a potential confrontation into a collaborative effort. Instead of "fix my connection right now," it becomes "let's figure out why this connection is lagging together."
And hey, if all else fails, you can always drop a little light humor. Tell them, "I've already rebooted it 3 times, so at this point, I think my router just needs a vacation."
Reps love when customers have a good sense of humor. It breaks up the monotony of their shift.
Absolutely. Well, Lily, looking at our clock, we're rapidly approaching the end of today's episode. Time really flies when you're venting about modern technology, doesn't it?
It really does. But before we sign off and let our listeners get back to their day, let's quickly revisit the 5 core terms we've been weaving through our chat today.
Perfect idea. Let's do a quick, friendly recap. Glitch, a sudden, minor technical bug or temporary system fault. Lagging, experiencing a noticeable delay or slow response time. Reboot, restarting a device or system to clear out temporary errors and start fresh. Bandwidth, the capacity of your network connection or your personal mental energy. Server down, when a central computer network or host system stops functioning completely.
Remember, everyone, you don't need to memorize long lists of complex technical jargon to handle tech troubles in English. Master these core terms, stay calm, and you'll be able to explain almost any situation clearly and naturally.
Thank you all so much for hanging out with us today on English Podcast for You. Every single episode you listen to brings you one step closer to feeling completely natural, comfortable, and fluent in everyday English.
We love being a part of your language learning journey. Don't forget to drop a comment below and share a funny or frustrating tech story of your own. Has your internet ever cut out right during an important moment? We'd love to read your stories.
Until next time, take care of your devices, keep your mental bandwidth clear, and most importantly, take care of yourselves.
Keep practicing, stay curious, and we'll catch you in the very next episode. Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.